I'm gonna check the feed.
Uh-huh.
All right, we in there.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, bear with us. We about to get started. Okay. It's got to be the last generation.
Yes.
All right. Here we go. Let's get into it. All right. This is from LD Ashawamba's channel, 2 through info. Okay. 2/3 must be obliterated from off the earth. Let's get into it.
Trey Tracks, I think we got one. It's voting season, bruh. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no rocking. No voting, no voting. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no rocking. No voting, no voting. BLK app looking for some action. Why the homie Scott was hit. Face is a 9, abs is a 10, D is a to be determined. He got me a joke, he don't seem broke. The only red flag is that he don't vote. This midterms for all the single cute. Wanna hit this booty, gotta do your city do. No voting, no love. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no rocking. No voting, no voting. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no rocking. No voting, no voting. Don't stop now. Stop a ballot box again, but my hunger and through. Put the body in Protestant. Politics be so nasty. Let me wanna flirt you. Show you how to be a poll worker. Legs in the air, I don't care. Anyone can get it. Universal health care. If you wanna come before the deadline. Come in the jacuzzi, gerrymander this coochie. No voting, no love. No voting, no touch. No voting, no nothing. Can't let me down. Gotta stand up for something. No voting, no love. No voting, no touch. No voting, no nothing. BLK, we gon' stand up for something. Yeah, that's right. No voting, no love. If the coochie is the goal, go hit the pose. Period.
That's so cringy. Oh man.
Oh my God. This is it. This is it, man. Woo. Hey, we at the end. All right. Hey, Shalom. Shalom, Akim. Shalom. You Akwathium, all you sincere believers out there. All right. We are the brothers from GMS Charlotte. I'm the brother ICR. I got the priest Amawan with me in this lesson. And we're going to bring it out. All right. And before we get started, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. All right. So the title of this show, all right, is The Climax of Rainbow Pride. The last generation and destruction soon to follow. All right. This is it. All right. And we want to edify, and Lord's willing, you know, that this lesson that we're bringing out is going to be edifying to the hopeful elect out there, just to show you that all these things that are written throughout the scripture, the pride, the nastiness, the abomination, all this shit that's being pushed, all these things would take place before the inevitable destruction of Babylon the Great would take place, man. All right. So the fact that you're seeing all of this madness, we are that much more closer to this place being destroyed, man. All right.
Right.
And we're pretty much in this lesson. All right. Let me share my screen. Okay. So pretty much in this lesson, we just wanted to, you know, what influenced this lesson. We wanted to respond to Elder Manatazatba. He did a lesson earlier today or whatnot entitled Rainbow Alphabet Hebrew Israelites Will Be Destroyed. Heavy lesson. And also as well, the brother in Hawaii, GMS Hawaii, the brother Yahawada. All right. He went into a lesson as well as a response, all right, to that madness that you just saw, where he entitled it, This Has to Be the Last Generation. All right. And clearly, indeed, yes, it is. All right. We are in the last fucking generation, man. All right. And this place, Babylon, is about to be uprooted and taken out. Okay. And we're going to get into that, man. You know, and Priest, if you got anything, you know what I'm saying, you feel free to speak, my brother, you know.
I just further harping on that point, man. This got to be it, man. Because that was cringy, man.
Con.
Yeah,
Let's get that Ezekiel. Yeah, let's get that Ezekiel 7 if you have anything.
This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 1. Yep. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushua unto the land of Israel.
I'm gonna put it in the screen. I'm gonna put it in the screen, Salakia. You go ahead and read. I'll put it in the screen.
So
all right, because the title here, it says punishment for wickedness foretold, right? So you got to go ahead.
And I was gonna say, to add to it, in my sword, it says the title for this chapter is "The End Is Come." So
there you go.
It says, start back at the top. Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushua unto the land of Israel, the end is come upon the four corners of the land.
Yeah, it's clearly the end. Right. It's clearly the end, man. All right. This is the Lord. This is what the Lord power Yahweh by Shem Yahushua is warning you. All right. An end has come. The end has come upon the four corners of the land. Let's read on.
Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations.
Right. So all these abominations are going to be rewarded. Okay. All this bullshit that you see, right? Going back, just pulling it back up. Right. All of this bullshit that you see. All right. This nasty people movement, this rainbow movement. All right. Just niggas in general, man. All types of filth and wickedness that's being promoted around the planet Earth. Hey, the Lord is about to reward all of it.
That's right.
All right. This is why this has to be. This is why we're at the pinnacle. We're at the climax of pride, man. All right. It's the scripture we're going to read on. It tells you that pride has budded. All right. Pride is at maximum levels in the earth, man. So we know, due to the climax of this pride, we have to be in the last generation. We're in the last seconds, man. Babylon is about to be destroyed, man. All right.
You can't tell these people nothing, man. The fact that they're able just to pretty much, come out in the blue or come out in the open like this and just declare their sin just openly and boastfully like this shows you that this has to be the end, man. The Lord is allowing this to happen so that he can bring judgment upon these people, man.
That's right.
I had a quick precept.
Yeah, bring it out.
This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 9. It says, the show of their countenance doeth witness against them, and they declare the sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. And this is what we're saying, man. These people, mainly our people, are declaring their sin as Sodom, man. Because this alphabet thing has gotten to a point to where they're like the new mafia in the world, and they're enforcing this thing down everybody's throats. You can't go anywhere now without seeing this alphabet shit. It's in your TV shows, your movies. It's on your music now. It's everywhere, man. You can't escape this shit no more, man.
Mm-hmm.
It says,
these wicked ass people have power. We're going to get into that too. Go ahead.
Exactly. It says they hide it not, woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. And this is what we're getting into, man. Because the Most High is about to reward them for their wickedness, man. All right? Mm-hmm. So back in Ezekiel 7 and verse 4, it says, and mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity. But I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord.
That's right.
It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come.
It's come, man. The Lord has nothing but evil reserved for Babylon the Great, for you wicked 2/3 niggas out there, man. Only an evil. It said, and even and only evil, behold, it is come. Let's read on.
And evil is come. It's like an end is come. The end is come. It watches for thee. Behold, it is come.
That's right.
Yeah, the Lord has many judgments awaiting you damn sodomites, man. All right. It says, the morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwelleth in the land. The sound is come, the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee. I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations.
You see that? Hey, the Lord said he was going to judge you according to thy ways and recompense all your abominations, man.
That's right.
All right. See, when you read this chapter, this is geared towards wicked Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You wicked ass, you nasty ass, 2/3 niggas out there in the world, man. You murderers, you sodomites, you transformers. All right, you adulterers.
Witches, you know, warlocks.
Yeah, you witches and warlocks, man. The Lord this is a message for you.
That's right.
Okay, because hey, even though you're at the height of your pride, because hey, it's spiritual, because as we're in the height of the pride of Esau, what is he trying to do? He's trying to push in his NWO, his Great Reset. All right, he's about to roll out that charagma. But what do you have with niggas? Niggas are waxing worse. All right, niggas are at the worst level ever in the planet Earth right now, man. All right? So now all of that is about to be rewarded.
And if I can add to that too,
yep,
it's only our people that are boasting in this type of level as far as, you know, the wickedness of what they're doing. Because you got the Mo people, it's mainly Jake that's pushing that on the forefront like that, and are like extremely open with it, man. You know, you don't see no other nation doing that like how Jake is doing. Like the video we just saw, that's them promoting that for a so-called black dating app, man. So that shows you that that's our people's pride is at an epitome, man.
Yep.
Continuing on, Ezekiel 7:9, it says, "And mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways, and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord that smiteth."
Yeah, you see that? You're going to know that this is a judgment of a higher power of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Awashah. He's going to recompense. He said he's going to recompense thee according to thy ways and thy abominations. Like we say all the time in the midst of Charlotte Camp. Have you seen niggas lately? All right. Have you seen the way black culture has waxed worse? All right. Have you seen the stuff that's being promoted out of the so-called black community, man? All right. And this is a primary example of it, man. And it gets worse than that. This is a whole nigga up here, man. Right? Acting like a woman, you know, and we're not gonna, and we're not gonna get all into the nastiness of it, you know what I'm saying? Because like Elder Menatazaba said, man, he said, look, we can get real nasty with the words, but look, the video and the footage and the things that we're gonna show you is enough. All right. It speaks volumes.
Bro, okay. Look at that's like you said, that's a man acting like a woman. That says it all right there. We ain't gotta go into the nasty. That's a man, bro. Verse 10. It says, behold, it is come. The morning is gone forth, the rod hath blossomed, pride hath budded.
You see that? Behold, it is come, the morning is gone forth, the rod has blossomed. Pride have budded it. All right. Pride is at its highest point in the earth right now, man. Mm-hmm. All right. And as we see, as the brother was going into, because he shared some information about, you know, this whole rainbow alphabet gang movement, they're nothing but a damn mafia, man.
Exactly.
You know? They're nothing but they're the bullies, man. You know, what did the guy tied to fascism? Mm-hmm. You know, matter of fact, let's play that clip. And then I got an article I want to bring out before we just finish those last couple verses. Right? Let's play the clip real quick, just to show you that this is clearly the end, man. All right. So this is from True News. It's a 1 minute clip. He's going into the fact that there's a new ism. All right. As you can see, you already know what he's talking about. All right.
Right.
So let's play it.
There is a new fascism in the world today, and it's in the West, and it is
let's jump up. All right, just for YouTube purposes, because he's talking about the alphabet movement,
right?
It's a new fascist movement in the West he's going into. So he's going to further explain. All right. Because we're being ruled over by who? Sodomites, man.
That's right.
We're being ruled over by sodomites and Satanists. Let's play it.
Actually, immoral, perverted political movement that is persecuting men and women of faith who believe in Jesus Christ. For a long time, the church, we thought, what would be the threat to us in this country? Would it be a military invasion from another country? Where would the persecution come from? Did anybody envision radical homosexuals and lesbians having immense political power, that they could put people in prison? Did anybody envision this?
See, and I want to add on to that because he's spot on. All right, these people, all right, these demons, if you will, they have power. And I just want to briefly read this article. I brought this out before in a previous lesson, but this is from charismanews.com. It says the spiritual reality behind the transformer movement. All right, I just want to get straight to the point here. All right. So it says forces of confusion. All right. And these are the forces of confusion that rule over us. Right. It says there exists today a convergence of 6 entities, which that is spiritual, right? There exists today a convergence of 6 entities that collude with one another to promote dangerous and damaging lifestyles and identities such as sodomy and transformism. All right. It says as being natural and healthy alternatives to what they dismissively refer as antiquated, quote, male-female binary, quote unquote, or the idea that there are only 2 genders, right? Let's read on, because this is going into the power that they have, right? It says the wealthy and powerful alphabet movement, which for most of its history distanced itself from transformer people, but who now see it as a cause that can be harnessed to increase their wealth, power, and influence. The Human Rights Campaign alone, sometimes referred as the big GAY, brings approximately $40 million each year, pays out more than $11 million in salaries, and spends more than $250,000 every year on lobbying Congress. All right, these people have power, man. All right, these damn devils got power. It says this is the same movement that once embraced pedophile and pederast groups like NAMBLA, allowing them to march in their GAY pride parades. It says until several decades ago, when it became politically inconvenient to do so. They have since focused on reducing the age of consent for sex acts with minors and changing the language of, quote, child abuse to man-boy love, quote unquote, as more publicly acceptable ways for achieving the same goal. And the scriptures tell you that that his words are smoother than butter.
Right.
But war was in his heart, man. All right. There's no way. There's no political correct way to try to change, the term child abuse to goddamn man boy love, man. This is wickedness.
But
right?
See, that's all a front though, because at the end of the day, they trying to make it seem like they're not for that no more. But this whole alphabet agenda has become the biggest political argument in America right now, man. Because like you said, these politicians that are in office, man, these leaders of America, they're all sodomites, man. And they've been doing their due diligence over the years to slowly make the public accept it. This is why you're seeing this whole, they're calling them MAPS now, minor attracted persons. They're having the anal sex and the history of homosexuality taught to preschoolers and kindergartners, man. The teachers are being forced to teach their children this, man. So they have got to the point now to where this is being shoved down everybody's throats, man. And if you speak out against it, then hey, you're liable to get canceled, man. These people, these comedians, people of influence, they have had their whole careers, put in jeopardy for speaking out against the damn alphabet people, man. It shows you the amount of power that these damn homos have in the power seat right now, man.
Yeah, they got a stronghold over everybody. I'm going to read this quick precept before I read on in this article, but this is Isaiah 59 and verse 15, and it says, yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. All right.
That's right.
So when you depart from the ways of this world, all right, when you depart from the Western way and all these philosophies and how you say the word, ideologies on how they, on what they're pushing on the people, you become a target. All right, you become a prey. All right, they're going to come after you. They're going to try to counsel you, ruin your career, as the brother was saying. It says, yea, true felleth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. Right, and that's why pursuing the Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 4. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Instead of quoting it, I'll just read it. This is Habakkuk. Okay, because it said that there was no judgment. Right. This is Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 4, and it reads, it says, therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doeth never go forth. All right. The law, meaning the law, statutes, and commandments. Right. The righteous ways of Yahweh Shema Shai are not pushed in America. All right. It says, therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doeth never go forth. Yeah, righteous judgment never goes forth. It says, for the wicked doeth compass about the righteous, right? As we read in this article. All right. These demons, they have power, man. Okay. They have the power to counsel you, to put you in prison, as the Edomite was going into.
Right.
All right? They control the media. They control, the Congress. They have that influence.
Hey, they have bullied themselves into every, aspect of America now, man. Because when you even go back to the civil rights movement, that was just the front to bring in the alphabet community, man. A lot of them leaders was closeted homos, man. So
that's right.
Knowing that these devils have pretty much, bullied this concept into the people's minds to where, like you said, you can't speak out against it, because it was actually a woman that I forgot what country she was in, but she actually got put in jail for using the Bible verse that condemns homosexuality. Man, they jailed her for that, man.
God. Yep. You speak the truth, you become a prey. Right? But finishing it out, Habakkuk 1 and 4 says, therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doeth never go forth. It says, for the wicked doeth compass about the righteous. Yeah, the wicked, they're in power, they're ruling, they're over the righteous. We're under their subjection, right? It says, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth, and this is the results of the wicked being in power. You have wrong judgment proceeding, man. All these things are uplifted and exalted. They're praised. All right. They're forced upon you. Right. So let's go back and read it. All right. Point number 2. Okay. And I'm just going to read the third paragraph, and we'll go back to the scriptures again. But it says, because we're dealing with the power that that the rainbow alphabet gang holds. Right. So part 2 here, it says, wealthy and powerful professional guilds, such as the American Psychiatric Association and the American Psychological Association, who ceased using science as the foundation for their mental health diagnosis when they began caving to pressure from sodomite activists 45 years ago. You see, it says it began in 1943 when sodomite activists began attacking the meetings of the APA committee that decides what disorders appear in their official diagnostic and statistical manual of mental disorders. You see that? Reading on, it says, the attacks continued until committee members, 3 of whom were secretly sodomites, relented and removed sodomy, removed sodomy from the list of mental disorders. It says the decision was not based on any science or new studies. It was based on fear and intimidation. You see that? They got the power.
Mm-hmm.
It was based on fear and intimidation. In a poll several years later in 1979, the vast majority of APA members disagreed with the decision but were ignored. Today, you could lose your license if you disagree with the decision, a threat that forces therapists to keep their mouths shut. You see? You
Yeah,
know?
because the alphabet, man, they're like the most, mentally deranged people. They have the most mental disorder. They're on the most medication because that's demons on them people, man.
Yeah.
That's why they in the old days they classified that as a mental disorder because, like you said, when you have these transgenders, man, they pretty much go through uh the remorse for going getting the surgery. I
Yep.
forgot the term, but they face heavy discrimination because they know deep down in their spirit that what they're doing is off, man.
Exactly. I got one more point, and then we'll go back to the scripture because this article, and I'll post it in the description. But this is a really good article to just to solidify the points that we're making in this lesson. All right. So point 4, it says public organizations like government education, the AMA, public schools, colleges, and libraries, and so on, which have likewise been pressured and deceived into promoting sexually immoral agendas.
Mm-hmm.
Today, you have sodomite and transformer activists welcomed into elementary schools to teach children how to perform the most perverted of sexual acts, how to transition, right, as you just talked about, how to transition to the opposite sex and worse. One recent transformer activist actually encouraged a group of very young children to become drag queens while he danced around the room in his makeup, wig, and glittery dress. All right. And we'll come back to this, man. But this is once again, this is the power and the influence that these demons have over the world, man.
Right.
Right. So let's go back. Let's finish out those last couple of verses in Ezekiel. So start at verse 10 again and read down to 11.
This is Ezekiel 7:10. Behold the day, behold it is come. The morning is gone forth. The rod has blossomed. Pride have budded.
Yeah, pride has budded. We see that. Pride has budded. Pride is at the top level right now. Go ahead.
Violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall none of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs, neither shall there be wailing for them.
Right. Read one more.
The time is come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof.
Right. And when you further read the chapter, it just goes into more of what the judgment and the recompenses of the Lord, man, for all the abominations and wickedness that's going on. All right. So 2/3 of Israel are about to be judged horribly, man. All right. But the point is that what we are aware in the spirit that in the last days, these things will come to fruition to let us know that the end is very near, that nuclear destruction is near at hand. All right. Let's go to you have something up?
Yeah, I had two.
Go ahead.
Because just to add to what you just said, man, prophecy let us know that the Lord was going to allow this to get to this point before he brought that destruction. This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 5. It says her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua hath remembered her iniquities. All right. And the sins of America have reached the heavens, man. All right. Because this whole agenda has, spread worldwide, man, to where now the other countries are now taking part in this madness, man. All right. You're seeing you never in history have you seen, these countries such as like, the Middle Eastern countries like Saudi Arabia, different African countries, promoting this BS, man. All right. So that shows you that the Most High, he's allowing Babylon the Great to pretty much perpetuate this wickedness so that he can bring judgment upon this place, man. I got one more.
Yep.
This is Isaiah 5:20. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Because see, these devils have totally flipped everything upside down to where something that's obviously a destructive lifestyle they're promoting, onto children as, a good thing, where they're telling children that you should transition. That's why you had that whole documentary that brothers was sharing a month ago or whatever, the What is a Woman, because they have totally, flipped everything logical upside down, man, to where it's gotten so confusing where nobody knows the definition of a woman anymore, man. These alphabet people have pretty much, changed the narrative on everything to where they're telling you it's 90 something genders now, that
Yep.
children, they don't know, what they are when they're born, that it's all a bunch of confusion and madness. But the Lord says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, and put dark for lightness and light. It's like you put darkness for light and light for darkness, man. Because
Yep.
it's about nothing but confusion, man. This is why the world is bugged out, because these people are confused.
Yep.
That's the spirit.
Yep. These are the forces of confusion. Okay. We're being ruled over by the children of fools.
Oh,
okay. You damn Edomites. You got it.
One more for you. This you can break down. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 2. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Right. So the people are under the vibration of the ruler. All right. And we're being ruled over by what? Sodomites, man. Sodomites and Satanists. These are the forces of confusion. Okay. So what manner the leader is, the people are going to follow suit. All right. And that's why we live in an age where over 60% of so-called millennials identify as sodomites or being transformers.
That's
all right. That was in the news. All right. That's why you see this last generation. All right. This new age generation of these little niggas running around are nothing but like just monsters, man. Just demons.
Right.
Confused, don't know, if they're a man or a woman, get whatever gender they choose to be. All this madness that comes from Esau that he's pushed upon the minds of these people, man.
And see, this devil, he has got them young, because he knows that children at a young age are the most impressionable. So that's why one of the major components like Disney, all right, they have openly said that they're wanting to put more homosexual themed movies and shows out to pretty much influence the mind of the youth, man.
Yep.
So that shows this devil is pushing out heavy witchcraft upon the children, man.
Shit.
And the parents don't have a say so on whether they want that to be okay or not, because hey, they've given children rights of pretty much to think for themselves. Biden, one of the first laws that he passed when he got into office was to allow children, I think it was at the age of 8, and up, to pretty much if they want to get the surgery, they can get it, man, and that's without the consent of the family.
Wicked.
And it was actually a guy in Canada who got jailed because he refused to call his daughter by the preferred pronoun that she wanted to go by. He's in jail right now, man.
Madness. Let me read this paragraph, and I got a quick scripture before we move on. Grab 2 Timothy 3. We'll start at the top there. But I wanted to read this. It says, nowhere is this battle more pronounced today than the rise of the Transformer movement. It is the front lines of Satan's scheme to deface and destroy the image of God that is stamped in our personhood, sexuality, marriages, children, and family, man. This is a real war. Ephesians 6. We battle against not flesh and blood, but principalities. All right, the forces of darkness, in high places, roughly paraphrasing, man. But let me get this real quick. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 7. And it reads, I'll start at verse 6. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 6. And it reads, it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon. What does that mean? To repent. All right. To reform your ways. Okay. Come out of this Western mindset. Okay. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai's vengeance. he will render unto her a recompense. So this place is about to be rewarded on the worst level ever, man. All right. It says, verse 7, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. It says, that have made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So all the nations have drunk of the wine and philosophies of Babylon. And what do they push? What comes out of America, man? Sodomy, transformism, idolatry, Satanism. Okay, no type dysfunction. All right, chaos, disorder. Right, all those things are pushed from Babylon, man, and that's why all the nations are mad, because we see other countries around the world have adopted the Western way. All right, democracy. Hey, hell, at camp, was it last week? You know, you had those Iranians. They were out there marching for those women that were getting persecuted over there for not wearing the the covering and all of that.
Burqa.
Yeah. What's it called? The burqa.
Burqa, yeah. Cause it was women that got their heads cut off because they was trying to protest. Walking around uncovered.
Right, but see, that's the result of what? Of the Western way of America, man. So now those philosophies and ways of America have influenced those other countries out there, man. They're taking on the same ways. That's why I said that the nations are mad, man, because ultimately, what? They lost their way. Right. So let's go to that real quick. Oh, go ahead. You got it.
All right. This is Habakkuk 2:15.
Yep.
It says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness."
Yep, and that's what Esau did. Esau, he gave these nations these wicked philosophies, man. Alternative lifestyles, and essentially what happened? These nations, they were naked, meaning they lost their way. Okay. See, this is what happens when you take on the spirit of America, man. All right. It'll ruin your country. And that's why you got nations rising up and fighting against this whore. Like, look, we not going to accept any of that bullshit that y'all got going on over there.
Right. And to add on to that point, this is why the video we played earlier about, the rainbow being the new ism, because this other nations like Russia, they understand that if their country were to accept that will be the weakening of their society, which we understand that, the rainbow and, putting the women up front, that is a direct, weakening of that country's military, really of the country itself, man,
So
that shows you that America is really polluting the nation to their own destruction, man.
Let's play it one more time before we go to 2 Timothy. All right, start at about 12 seconds.
It is a sexually immoral, perverted political movement that is persecuting men and women of faith who believe in Jesus Christ. For a long time, the church, we thought, what would be the threat to us in this country? Would it be a military invasion from another country? Where would the persecution come from? Did anybody envision radical homosexuals and lesbians having immense political power, that they could put people in prison? Did anybody envision this?
Man, super heavy, So let's grab that in 2 Timothy 3:1.
Yep. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Right, and that word perilous going into times of danger and difficulty, very hard and evil times, basically. Terrible. All right, so we see the fruition of it. Right? Go ahead.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
So what we reading here is that in these times, in the last days that we're living in right now, all right, people will be wicked as ever, even more wicked as ever. All right, blasphemers, proud, disobedient, unthankful, unholy. All right, traitors, high-minded. Okay, lovers of pleasure than lovers of the Most High, because we live in a satanic society, man. Okay, people got demons on them, man.
Khan.
This is how we know that this is it. Okay, it's a wrap out here, man. The fact
Khan.
that some shit like this is being played on the in the media for the world to see. We are at the end. This is the last generation. All right, before the Lord blows this shit up. Okay, so these type of spirits, these particular spirits will be out here as the Lord is telling us. All right, in the last days, you got it, Doc.
And to add to that point of you saying that these people got demons on them, when you go into the blue letter for that word, for without natural affection, it brings you to Romans 1:31. But you can actually go up to verse 26 and read down real quick. It says, "For this cause the Most High gave them up into vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into which is against nature, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet." And that shows you that these people have demons on them, because it said the Lord gave these people over to that vile affection, man. You know?
Yeah. When you further read, it talks about how they were pretty much given over to a reprobate mind.
Exactly.
You know, these people have been given over to their own wicked devices, to a reprobate mind, man. All right. The Lord, see, it's like it tells you in Isaiah 19. All right, give me that real quick. Isaiah 19 and 14. These people in these last days that we're living in, they're walking in the spirit of error. All right.
This is you said Isaiah 19.
And I believe it's 14.
Isaiah 19 and 14. Yep. The Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
You see that? The Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst of this society. That's why when you go into that word perverse, it goes into a twisted or corrupt spirit.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what's on these people.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a man staggereth in his vomit.
Right. So it has caused Egypt, because we're in spiritual Egypt, which is America. It has caused Egypt to err as a drunken man that staggereth in his own vomit, in his own throw up. All right. That's what the people in this society have been reduced to. Okay. These people are immoral, base, Hey, the Lord gonna get rid of the dross. And we're dealing specifically with our people, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, the hell with Esau and the heathen. They're gonna be destroyed. All right. This is geared towards you Israelites, you Jakes, man. All right, that know better. All right. But hey, 2/3. This is now you understand when the scriptures tell you in Zechariah 13 and 8, 2/3 gotta go, man. Okay, niggas gotta get up out of here, man. This is it.
Yeah.
Let's finish that out in 2 Timothy.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 4. It says, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of the Most High.
Yeah, and another point, man. Hey, the Most High is continuously blaspheming in this society, man.
Exactly.
Right? People openly talk shit against the Lord, claim to be atheists. God doesn't exist. The Bible is fake. It was written by the white man. How do you know? How do you know if the Most High is not a woman? All that bullshit that's being pushed out here, man. Niggas on social media, all right, thinking they got wisdom, just uttering nothing but bullshit, man. Talking about the Lord, talking about the scriptures, man. So this is the end. But you don't see that, go ahead.
Even with the alphabet people, man, they openly blaspheme the Most High, man. Because remember whenever Obama passed the law for all 50 states for the modes to get married, they came out with a newspaper article demanding that the Most High apologize for Sodom and Gomorrah. They took the rainbow, which was the Lord's covenant, that He wasn't going to flood the earth anymore, and turned it into a symbol of wickedness, man.
Exactly.
And the Most High, you can tell he has a sense of humor because they have they revived their flag now, and somebody on Google pretty much remixed it, and when you flip that flag into the different ways how they did it, split into fours, the fucking flag it forms the Nazi symbol, which shows you the swastika, which shows you that these damn modes, man, they're like the new Nazis, man. Because like we said earlier, if you don't go along with what they want, then they have the power to pretty much persecute you now, man.
Like the Edomite said, would you ever thought that you could be persecuted by radicalized, sodomites and face prison time? Like he's like, could you have ever thought that?
It's on the books that they're working on. They're pretty much it'll be deemed as discriminatory if you refuse a transformer's rights. Pretty much, if you refuse a transformer, hitting on you because he's a transformer. So they're gonna make it to where it's gonna be a crime to be a straight man in this time, man. That's where we're headed to.
Exactly.
But continuing on, verse 5, it says, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. And that's these sodomites, man. These wicked niggas in general. All right. Right. It says they have a form of godliness because they all claim to love and believe in the Lord. It says, but denying the power thereof, such from turn away, because they don't. When it comes to the scriptures, and we bring out the very scriptures that condemn their actions, then the demon comes out of them, and it shows you how much they hate the Lord, man.
Exactly. Let's get this precept too. I'm gonna read it. Mm-hmm. All right, just add on to the point. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and start at verse 5. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." Mm-hmm. Verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. You see that? So it said that wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works have been fulfilled. So now it's time for the Lord to work. As we read throughout Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, the Lord said he was going to recompense and reward you for all the abominations, man. Mm-hmm. All right. The Lord is about to kill billions of jakes, man. Billions. All right. Two-thirds is a large number, man. All right. And basically, as we read, the sword is prepared. He's going to bring the plagues, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
That's right.
Okay. All these things are lined up at the door. All right. It says, verse 7, 2nd Ezra 15:7, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Man, niggas are prideful, they're bold. All right. These people are bold as hell now. All right. There's no shame at all. All right. It's just an open display of total wickedness being perpetuated all throughout America, man.
That's right.
Right. Social media niggas get on these platforms. You had a bitch talk about murder on my mind, talking about aborting a baby and shit. Then you had a sodomite who remixed the song. It's just this shit gotta go. Right? Wow. It says, go ahead, Salakia.
I was gonna say you got sodomites going on social media and boasting about how they sleeping with women's husbands and shit, man.
Come on, man.
Pastors is pretty much they're okaying the rainbow movement, man. So we at the end, man. This shit.
We at the end.
We always say we can't see it getting worse than this, and then the Lord shows us something else more wicked, man.
Yeah. So as the climax of pride comes in, guess what? Destruction is soon to follow. All right. The fact that we see that we see this pride and these abominations on such a high level shows us in the spirit that the Lord is on the way, man. That destruction is on the way. And we're gonna get into that because at the height of all of this, guess what? Nuclear destruction is being threatened by Russia through Putin against the West. all right, against America, man. So it's all spiritual. The scriptures is a living book. It's a living document, man. Everything is happening hand in hand right now, man. Right? So finishing it out, it says, 2 Ezra 15:8, it says, I will hold my tongue no more. The Lord's not going to hold his tongue no more. Right? This is why niggas have been dying grievously lately. Have you seen it?
Man.
All right. Grievous judgment has been going out on niggas, man. Right? I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's us. Okay? We're complaining to the Lord continually. Lord, please take this place out, man.
That's right.
Please execute the judgment. Let the world see your power, man. You know, we're sending up them curses. You know, we're doing everything that we can in our power to ask the Lord to come back and bring true justice in the earth. Right? Verse 9, it says, and therefore saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. So the Lord is going to avenge the elect.
Right.
All right. Our prayers and supplications, all right, they're all being heard, man. Okay.
Right.
Got
it. And because at the end of the day, man, if you're not vexed about what is being pushed, you know, all throughout America and really through the world, man, that shows you that the Lord ain't dealing with you, because this shit is alarming, man. Hey, you should be afraid for your children, because these moles even had the gall to actually come out and say that we're coming for your children. They made a song saying that shit, man. That we're coming for your children, man.
Yep.
So that shows you that, hey, man, this is an all-out attack on masculinity, but really it's just to get the Israelites, you know, out the way, man. You know, because they know that's one of the most ultimate forms of population control, man. All right, it is, because when you got a whole nation that are with the alphabet, man, they can't reproduce anymore, man, and they die out, because that lifestyle is a death style, man. All right,
that's it, and that's all that's being promoted is death. All right,
right.
And like you said, we at war. We're at war with Esau and 2/3 niggas.
That's right.
You know, you got it, Doc.
Real quick. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 2, verse. I'm gonna start at verse 6. It says, "And turning the cities in Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly." So if these people had sense, they would see what the Lord did to Sodom and Gomorrah, and fashion their ways so that they don't end up in the same predicament that Sodom and Gomorrah wound up in, man. All right, the Lord he rained fire down on that place because of the very acts that you're seeing done now, man. All
exactly.
Right? Verse 7, "And delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, for that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds." And this is the same situation we're in. We're all, you know, in Lot's position, because we're vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked man, because to go out and have to witness this bullshit every single day, to go, you know, you can't even watch nothing without seeing the fucking gay scene or whatever, man. You know, this shit is vexing, and we're praying to the Lord to bring judgment expediently, man.
That's right.
We're tired of this shit, man. All right.
That's right.
Like I said, for brothers that, you know, that got children, you should be afraid for your children. And for brothers that don't have children, shit, we're afraid to have kids, man. I don't want to have to raise no child in a society like this, man. You know, this shit is maddening, man.
God, I'm gonna read this too before we go on to the next point, because we're gonna segue into the destruction. All right, but this last point down here, as I was just scrolling through. All right, it says number 6. It says deceive public that continues to vote for deceivers into office, whether in government or in school boards, professional associations, or elsewhere. As a result, those parents who have children who present a sodomite or transformer, who present as a sodomite or transformer, who naturally turn to the world's experts for guidance, are deceived into accepting and encouraging the world's fallen agenda. It says they want to do the right thing for their child and naively assume that cultural experts know what they are talking about, but it turns into the blind leading the blind, all right? Because they were all set up for you to be destroyed, man. You know?
Kind. And to add to that point, hey, the world, this world does not operate in a what's the term? A biblical worldview.
Yeah.
Everything is politically correct now, man. You know, like I said, this whole agenda has become America's most, debated political agenda, pretty much, man. You know, they out of all the madness going on in the world, you know, the dollar about to collapse, you know, you got racial tension at an all-time high. Why is this the most talked about thing in America? You know, the news, that's all you're hearing is talks about, you know, how Mo should have rights and, you know, all this BS, but this is shadowing the real concerns of the world, man. You know, which is showing you, hey, the Most High is allowing this to take place so that He can bring forth the destruction of America, man.
Yep. Hey, get Isaiah 60:2 real quick, and we'll move on.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 2. It says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
Yep.
But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and His glory shall be seen upon thee."
Right. So the point says that gross darkness will cover the people. All right. These people are engulfed in gross darkness, and when you look it up, it goes into what? Sin, wickedness, and blindness, or something around them lines, man. Showing you that these people have been blinded by the world, man. The cares of the world. You know, they got demons on them. All right. But we're the only ones that have the light, and we're able to see that this is the end.
That's right.
Okay. And that's why, as we segue here, right? Because as we're at the pride, as we're at the climax or the pride of pride right now, and we see that this is the last generation, guess what? The destruction is right there at hand. Okay. And we're gonna get into that, man.
Can I get something real quick before you play the video?
Got it. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before destruction.
Yep.
And a haughty spirit before a fall.
Yep.
And so this is how we know that America is about to go, because, like you said, pride is at the epitome. You know, it's at an all-time high where, you know, you can tell that this has to be it, man. You know, it's only down from here, man.
It's only down from here, man. So as we get to the climax of pride, guess what? Now we have the destruction that's on its way. This is how we know that we're even more closer. Like it tells you in Romans 13 and 11, that now our salvation is nearer than we believe. Right? So let's get into that. So this came out 7 hours ago. All right, from CNN. Okay, it says Biden offers stark Armageddon warning over Putin's threats. You see? So as all of this bullshit is going on, right? Niggas in pride, niggas is exalting wickedness, you know, all manners of foolishness going on. The missiles are being made ready, right? So let's play the clip.
President Biden's stunning warning tonight about the danger of Russian President Vladimir Putin using a nuclear weapon as his forces suffer setbacks in Ukraine. President Biden's stunning warning tonight about the danger of Russian President Vladimir Putin using a nuclear weapon as his forces suffer setbacks in Ukraine. At a fundraiser here in New York, this is what he said. He said, "For the first time since the Cuban Missile Crisis, we have the threat of a nuclear weapon if, in fact, things continue down the path they are going." I want to bring in straight away CNN senior White House correspondent Phil Mattingly, retired Lieutenant General Mark Hertling, Global Affairs Analyst Susan Glasser, and Max Boots, Senior Fellow on the Council on Foreign Relations. Good to have all of you on. Thank you very much. Phil, I'm going to start with you because these comments are startling from the president. What more can you tell us about it?
I think they were startling, they were jarring, they were very vivid. And I think that's what caught a lot of people off guard when he made these remarks in the fundraiser. It was not on camera. He tends to be more candid in his fundraisers, we've seen over the course of the last several months. But the administration has been very kind of calm and collected when they discuss this. They don't appreciate the saber rattling. They warn against it, but they've made clear they have not seen any signs that we're moving closer to a nuclear conflict. That element has not changed. I've talked to multiple U.S. officials tonight. They say there's been no sign that President Putin is moving towards using nuclear weapons, no new signal over the course of the last 24 hours that he's decided to use nuclear weapons. And the U.S. has not changed its posture when it comes to nuclear weapons. So that's an important note here. I think what the president was getting at was something that U.S. officials have been trying to grapple with since President Putin's speech just last Friday, where he once again laid out in very detailed terms the potential for nuclear war. And I want to read one thing that the president said in particular, because I think it gets at this. He said, I don't think there's any such thing as the ability to easily use tactical nuclear weapons and not end up with Armageddon. And what this gets at right now, as the president has kind of worked through this process analytically, is the idea that this has been thrown out as a potential kind of half measure that President Putin could take. Just use tactical nuclear weapons. The U.S. has warned Moscow directly behind the scenes, officials say, what they would do if that were to occur. But the president's point here is there is no half measure. Any time, any move in this direction would set up an escalatory ladder that just simply would not end, leading to Armageddon. It's a warning, a blunt one, a vivid one, but a very, very clear warning about the stakes and the dangers here.
You see, now I gotta fill in on that because this is heavy. And you see how beautiful Yahweh Shem Shai is, man. So as niggas wax worse in pride, man, and all this bullshit that you've been seeing going on around the world and all throughout the internet, guess what? Destruction is prepared for your ass, man.
That's right.
All right. Hey, we're one day, one step closer, all right, to the destruction of Babylon and all you wicked niggas and people out there and the salvation of the Lord's elect. All right. I want to bring this out real quick. This is Jeremiah. Can you get it for me out? Get Jeremiah chapter 50. All right. Because this is a statement. This is a statement by Yahweh Shem Shai, man, for those who have the spirit to see. Okay. We almost out of here, man. So continue. May the Lord allow this shit to continue to get worse and worse, because guess what? The destruction is soon to follow. Right?
Yeah, continue to cry out.
Yeah, continue to cry out. Like it tells you in Psalm 37. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick before you get Psalms 50. Right? Because we read that Habakkuk 1:4 that it said that the wicked doeth compass the righteous. They're in the power seat right now. It seems like they're in the winning position, that they're never going to be taken out. But hey, the Lord has other plans. Right? This is Psalm 37. Let me make this point. All right. This is Psalms 37 in verses 1 and 2. And it reads, Psalms 37 and verse 1, it says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, right? So that word fret goes back to suffer emotional strain or become vexed, all right? So the Lord said, don't vex yourself because of evildoers. It says, neither be envious, all right? Don't be jealous. You know, you got Jake trying to sell out, you know, to be like Esau. You see what I'm saying? To get a position in this world, you got niggas walking around with blonde hair, you know, bleaching their skin, you know, Jake trying to fit in and shit. It says, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. The point. Psalms 37:2, it says, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither away and wither as the green herb. All right. So in due time, they're going to be cut down. This is what the Lord is telling us. They're not going to win like they think they are, man. Hey, the Lord is going to uproot their ass out of the power seat. Let me get one more in that same chapter. All right. This is Psalms 37 in verse 8 and 9. It says, cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, because we ain't got to do nothing. Right. Verse 9, Psalms 37 and 9. It says, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, they shall inherit the earth. You see?
That's right.
Verse 10. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be, man. Because his ass is out of there, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord pretty much told him, you know, give him no rest, you know, because at the end of the day, this place wants you to pretty much, you know, just go with the flow, man. You know, but at the end of the day, hey, we're supposed to be crying out, like it tells you in Ezekiel 9 and 4, man. All right, the sighing and crying for all the abominations being done in the midst thereof, and a lot of people, like you said, Jacob get wearied in himself, and he'll give in to the pressures to be accepted. A lot of these Jakes, really, to be honest, a lot of these Jakes, accept the alphabet community just so they can be accepted in society, man. A lot of them will turn to being moes because they see being a mo is more tolerable than being, a straight, heterosexual so-called black man. So a lot of them will just go with just so they be liked here, man.
They'll sell out.
Right.
Yep. Go to Jeremiah chapter 50 and start at 22 and read down to 32 real quick, and then we'll go back to the video because all of this ties in. This all ties into the coming destruction, the judgment, and the reward of Babylon the Great, which is America according to the Bible, man. Right. Okay, so you got it up.
Jeremiah 50 and 22. A sound of battle was in the land, and of great destruction. How was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
And right now, what do we see? We see the prelude. All right, as we going into the CNN news clip here, it says Biden delivers stark warning about the dangers of Putin's nuclear threats because this is Bible prophecy that's being fulfilled. All right, read on.
It says, "I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon." I want to make a point too because it goes into how the hammer of the earth is broken asunder. Part of that, the reason why Babylon has become broken because this Mo agenda, man. All right, this has made their military weak, which they once boasted they had the greatest military in the world. Now you got transformers and women on your front lines, man. All right, the very men that you need to help fight your wars, they become weak and effeminate now, man. So that's part of the reason how Yahweh Shem Yahushua has broken down the hammer of the earth.
Yep.
So continue on, verse 24 again. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord.
That's right.
The Lord have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
Yep, and it said that this place has been found and caught by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All your wickedness is being revealed right now. All right. As we're going to get into the video clip, how Putin called this place the Satanic West.
Right.
All right. All your wickedness, basically shameful spewing is being put upon your glory right now, man. Right. Esau's being exposed. America's being exposed. And this place is going down, man. You got that.
For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, God of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans.
Yeah, this is the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushua right here. Go ahead.
Come against her from the uttermost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left.
The whole land, destroy it. Let nothing be left, the Lord said. Go ahead.
Right. Slay all of her bullocks. Let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation.
Woo, you see that? We're in the time of the visitation, man. So as all of this shit is happening, the pride, the wickedness, you got the economy collapsing, right? Pulling that back up real quick. Okay. You got the global monetary system is close to collapse. They're already pushing the CBDC, which is the central banking digital currency, which all your financial transactions are going to be monitored, tracked, and controlled. All right. All this is happening as we get into what? The final destruction.
That's right.
You see? Go ahead. I
wanted to add to that too, because we're seeing the Lord visiting this place, man, because look at the plagues that he's sending upon these people. You had the MP. The MP hit the homo community, hard. It wasn't fatal, but still, that shows you that the Lord is plaguing them, and you still having them, drop dead from HIV and AIDS and these different other plagues, man. So that shows you the Lord is getting with these damn wicked people.
That's it.
Continuing on, verse 28, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare Zion and vengeance of the Lord, our power, the vengeance of his temple.
Yeah, this is the vengeance of the Lord's people that's going on right now. All these things that lead up to the ultimate destruction of Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp around, it's like a camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done, do unto her.
Yeah,
For she hath,
recompense her according to her work. All the shit, all the wickedness, all right, and filth that Babylon has pushed and promoted throughout the earth, man. Okay, the inception of America. How did this place get gained? Through rape, robbery, and bloodshed, man. The murdering and genocide of the 12 tribes. All right, sex trafficking, drug trafficking. All right, you got sacrifices. People, that's been blown out the bag. Pizzagate. You know what I'm saying? Child sacrifice, drinking blood, adrenochrome, right? All that shit that's being revealed that's been coming out of America by you Edomites, right? Go ahead, Locke.
it says, call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done, do unto her. For she hath been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel.
Yes, she has been proud. America has been proud against Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. This place has been, matter of fact, let's read on. I'm jumping the gun. Go ahead.
Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord.
Yeah, and so when World War III hits, all right, America is going to lose that war, man. All right, go ahead.
Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee.
There you go. This is why we're hearing about rumors and threats from Russia and Putin to attack the West, because this is the time of the Lord's visitation. Pursuing the Proverbs 21:1, the Lord said what? That the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and he turneth it whatsoever he will. So he's going to put the spirit on the Medes, all right, on Magog and Gog, all right, to send those arrows on this place. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 30. Verse 30. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord of hosts, for thy day is come, the day that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall be stubble and fall, and none shall raise him up. I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him.
That's it. That's the point. Okay. So the most proud shall stumble and fall. That's Babylon. That's America. Right? We're literally seeing the decline of this place play out right before us, man. This is beautiful, man. Okay. We ain't got nothing to worry about. We're gonna continue to watch this place wax worse and worse and get even more wicked before the Lord brings the final showdown, if you will. All right. So let's play some more. You had something out?
Real quick, yeah. This is going to the destruction. Sirach 10 and 14. The Lord hath cast down the thrones of proud princes, and set up the meek in their stead. The Lord hath plucked up the roots of the proud nations, and planted the lowly in their place, which is why the Most High is allowing, these nations to come against Babylon the Great to shoot missiles over here, man, because the pride of this place is ultimately going to be the undoing of Esau Edom, man. All right, and he's using Putin as the catalyst to bring forth that destruction, man, because as Putin is going to say in the video that we're going to play, all right, they're trying to, they're trying to make him be the boogeyman, of why everything in the world is going the way it's going. But he's calling out America for the hypocrisy, because, like he said, America is satanic, man.
Yep.
You got it.
We'll play that next.
General, I want to bring you in because, as Phil said, I don't think there's any such thing as the ability to easily use a tactical nuclear weapon and not end up with Armageddon. I mean, are we right to qualify this as startling? Is this terrifying to hear? But is it a real possibility as well?
It certainly is, Don, and a lot of people have been concerned about this from the very beginning of this conflict. Let me tell you, the last time I observed a Russian exercise in Moscow, outside of Moscow, they have a tendency in their exercises, their training events, to always end their training events with a nuclear end of exercise. It's something they practice, and it's something they're very comfortable with. Now, they've never used them for real, other than in test. So this is something, and I think it's why the Biden administration, rightfully so in my view, has had this concern in the back of their mind since the beginning of this conflict.
Susan Glasser, the president also said here, he says, I'm trying to figure out what is Putin's off-ramp. Where does he find a way out here? Where does he find himself in a position that he does not only lose face, but lose significant power within Russia? That's the president's quote. Putin has backed himself into a corner. So how does he get out of it?
Yeah, I think that's one of the words when I hear off ramp and American officials talking about Putin, because again and again and again, Putin has shown over the last 2 decades that he is heedless largely of American efforts to guide him in any direction, and off ramps are not appreciated.
You see, that's prophecy. Get Isaiah 13. Get Isaiah 13. What she's just said is prophecy. There's no talking. There's no diplomacy. Right? There's no negotiations. That's Isaiah 13 and verse where it talks about how the Medes would no longer regard gold and silver. That's prophecy right there.
17.
13 and, yeah, read that real quick.
Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
Yeah, the Medes representing the Russians. So they're not going to be diplomatic with America. There's nothing they can say to Putin to sway his mind, from not sending missiles over here. There ain't going to be no negotiations. None of that, man. Right? You ain't going to buy them out. You see what I'm saying? The Lord has his spirit on Putin to execute his plans.
That's right.
Right? Because the nuclear destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America, is the ultimate plans of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. He's the one that's controlling the minds and guiding the scenarios, man. All right. The angels are playing on the minds of these leaders to implement this Armageddon, this World War III.
That's right.
One thing is that, here we are just, a few months into Putin's war in Ukraine. And in a way, one of the horrific consequences that we've already normalized talk about nuclear war. Putin's nuclear saber rattling has produced a response from the president of the United States, in which we are essentially routinely now talking about what would have been unthinkable just a year ago. So I think that's one problem. The other thing is, does Putin feel encouraged that despite his reverses on the battlefield, his nuclear blackmail has in fact encouraged the United States to possibly be more open to seeking a settlement? So that's one worry and one risk for President Biden in talking about this. But, again, we're in really uncharted territory here, Don, it seems to me. Just a year ago, can you imagine even having this conversation?
Right at all. I mean, right on. Not at all. I could even have imagined it. But look at the turn of events over the last year. I mean, Max, why do you think the president is speaking so freely about the use of nuclear weapons?
Because it's Bible prophecy. That's why. It's Bible prophecy, man. The Lord is orchestrating all of this.
Well, I think what he was trying to do, Don, was to try to deter Putin. I think what he was trying to signal was that even if Putin were to use only, quote unquote, only a tactical nuclear weapon, that it could still escalate into a strategic nuclear exchange, into a major nuclear war. And I think I suspect he was trying to signal Putin about the dangers of tactical nuclear use. But there is a danger in turn in saying what Biden said, because remember, what Putin is trying to do is he's trying to scare us. He is trying to make up for the major reverses that his ground forces are suffering in Ukraine as we speak. He's trying to terrify us that unless we stop supporting Ukraine, he might go nuclear. And so I think there's a thin line between deterring Putin and amplifying his threats. And I'm not sure that it's helpful to talk about nuclear Armageddon or the Cuban Missile Crisis. I think, we need to make clear that we will not be deterred, that we will stay the course, and that there will be unacceptable consequences for him from any use of nuclear weapons. We should not amplify those threats and thereby do his bidding for him.
So to be clear, you're not a fan of the language the president used?
I mean, I mean, I understand what the president is trying to do. I'm not sure that some of the inflammatory language is helpful. But again, as Susan said, we are in uncharted territory here. So I don't think anybody has necessarily the right playbook for dealing with this situation.
But we do. We got the scriptures, man.
That's
all right. Let's play the next clip. All right. And like I said, all those that are tuning in, Lord willing, you know, the lesson is edifying. We just want to make these points, man, because we're at the climax of Rainbow Pride. All right. Basically, pride in general in the earth. All right. Which determines that this is the last generation and the destruction is getting ready to follow. All right. This thing is plain and easy to see. All right. Let's play this. Okay. All right. So it says Putin called the U.S. satanic. Let's play that.
1/3 of humanity will die. They've already made up their mind what they're going to do. They have made up their mind. Putin called us satanic. He called us satanic. And he's correct. The people that run this country are Satanists.
Whoo! It's going down, man. Hey, get that in Habakkuk, the second chapter, that shameful spewing. Get that real quick. Yep. All right. Okay, it's all out there, man. This man can no longer hide himself. All right.
Con, this is Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
Yeah, shameful spewing should be on thy glory, man. So Babylon, America, is being called out for all of his wickedness. And I got this, some of the quotes that Putin was bringing out. Brother has shared this, but excuse me, Putin was bringing it out. All right, he said what they did was hooking entire nations on drugs, deliberately exterminate entire ethnic groups. For the sake of land and resources, they hunted people like animals. This is contrary to the very nature of man, truth, freedom, and justice. He also said the West began its colonial policy back in the Middle Ages and then followed the slave trade, the genocide of Indian tribes in America, the plunder of India and of Africa, the wars of England, France against China. All right. So once again, that's all the shameful spewing. Okay. All the darkness that's been hid, as the scriptures say, would be manifested. Okay. Right. So the whole world sees Babylon for what it is. You know? You have something, Mark?
Let me see. I mean, at the end of the day, man, we understand that the Most High, he's fanning the flames of World War III, man. You know, all this talk of you know, pretty much Putin calling out America, that's just to show you that World War III is imminent. I got one real quick. This is Revelation 11:14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. And World War III is on the horizon, man. All this, never in history has it been this much talks of nuclear war. All right, so we're on the climax of the you know, World War III happening, man. All right, that whole proxy war that's going on in Ukraine is coming out that America is sending all this funding over there to pretty much, you know, aid in the war against Russia. Russia knows that America is behind that, man. Russia knows that America was the one that hit the Nord Stream pipeline, man. All right.
Yep.
So all this, you know, being done, this is the Lord, you know, stirring up, you know, the matter of fact, I'll get it real quick. This is the book of Isaiah 13:4. It says the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, and tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. So the Lord is preparing for World War III. This is why all this things going on, especially over in the so-called Middle East, man, because the Lord is mustering the host of the battles, man. He's stirring up, you know, all the different countries to come against America, man. And so it's going to be an all-out war over here on the West, man, because these countries are tired of America, man. They're tired of the satanic, you know, so-called democracy that they're pushing out on the whole world, man. So they're about to fight back now.
Yeah. The whole world, scripture said that the world will rise up against him and he should be chased out of the world.
That's right.
You know, so we're in that time, man. So, hey, like he said, you know, he said 1/3 of humanity will die, but according to the scriptures, it's 2/3, right? That's the time we in. All right, just pulling up this pie chart. All right, Zechariah, get that real quick, Doc. Zechariah 13 and verse 8 and 9.
Yep. Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
Yep.
But the third shall be left therein.
Yeah, 2 parts shall be cut off and die. That's 2/3. 66.6% of Israelites shall be cut off and die. Going back to what? That pride, man. All right. Pride is at its peak. Pride has budded, as we read in Ezekiel the 7th chapter, man. So it's time for these niggas to go. Like the elder brought out the lesson or titled his video, where he said that 2/3 must be obliterated. Right? That's the time we in, man. This is not a joke. All right. You jakes out there that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that believe, you better repent, man. You better repent and believe on the gospel, man, and you know, reform your ways, man. You know,
that's right.
This is it. Go ahead, Doc.
Matthew 11 and 24. But I say unto you that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee. So the Lord saying it'll be better, you know, the land of Sodom and Gomorrah will be better than America after the Lord is done with it, man. Because as we read earlier, the wickedness that America has pretty much brought to the whole earth have exceeded, you know, all prior wickedness, you know, in history, man. We're in worse times than before the flood, man. You know,
that's right.
Hey, wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man, and her sins have reached unto heaven. This is how angry the Lord is going to be with America, man. He's going to overkill this place by sending all them nuclear missiles over here to this land, man. You know?
Yep.
Because this place desperately needs a cleanse, man. All right? And the only way for America to be cleansed is for the blood of the ones that shed the blood over here, you know, for have their blood shed, man. You know?
Yep. And the Lord said, double unto her, double according to her works.
That's right.
All right. This place is going to get double, man. Overkill. Right. But this is the time we in, man. 2/3 got to go. All right. This place is about to be fully rewarded. All right. For its wickedness, man. You know, and that's pretty much all I got there. If you got anything else, you know, the point was pretty much made for those that are tuning in, you know.
Hey, man.
You know,
this destruction is nigh, man. You know, and we're going to continue to witness wickedness, you know, continue to be upheld, and we're going to see things, you know, get worse. But that's all for the best, because the Most High is gonna use that wickedness against these people, man. You know, so don't be perplexed by seeing, you know, these people waxing worse and worse, man. All right, it's prophesied to happen like that.
That's right. I got one more scripture. We can wrap it with this one. All right. This is 2 Thessalonians. All right. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 6. And it reads, it says, and now you know what withholding that he might be revealed in his time. All right. And Esau, the son of perdition, is being revealed in his time. And the time is now. All right. We're at the end of this captivity, the end of his rulership, his dominion. He's being exposed. We're seeing his fall. Right. Verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So this man had to fulfill prophecy of the left hand. All right. The Most High allowed this to happen until his time to be taken out of the way.
That's right.
See? Reading it again. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. We see that throughout the planet. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. All right. So now we're in the time of him fulfilling his role as the sword, as the left hand of the Most High. And now it's time for him to be taken out of the way. Verse 8, the point. And then shall that wicked be revealed. All right. Everything that we went through in this lesson. All right. Whom the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which is by the way of the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the true men of the Lord. All right. It says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So after this word goes out, as it's been doing, then Yahweh Shai is going to physically come back, okay, with the angels, with the host of heaven, and he's going to destroy him.
That's
all right?
right.
Yahweh Shai is physically going to destroy Esau, man, and Babylon the Great, all right, pursuing to Isaiah 47, and I believe it's verse, was it verse 3? The Lord said that I shall not meet thee as a man.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. He's coming, Yahweh Shai is coming with the brightness of his coming. He's coming in a pure angelic force. All right.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming with the spiritual realm behind him. All right. To get rid of this damn place, man. And that's what we seek for. Pursuing the 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. We look forward to seeing a new heaven and new earth, which dwelleth nothing but righteousness. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So all this shit is about to get cleaned up, man. This is the last generation. This is it. All right. You know? So yeah, we're gonna leave it like that, man.
I got one more.
You know, you got it, bro. Bring it out.
Kind. This is to wrap everything up. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 19. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. You know, man, these niggas gonna go out horribly, man, for all the wickedness, man. They're not gonna get away unscathed, man. The Lord is gonna reward them for their wickedness, man.
You said they're not gonna get away. I gotta get one more, Axelaki. Hey, that's the point, man. These wicked niggas are not gonna get away. These 2/3, damn sure not these Edomites and these heathen. Right. Nobody gets away from the Lord. Let me get that real quick. I believe that is bear with me. It's in the book of Nahum. All right, bear with me 1 second.
Yeah, man. Cause see, through pride, these people think that they're good, man. That nothing's gonna happen to them. They're gonna continue on with their bullshit, not even giving a thought to, what the Lord thinks about their actions. And some of them, they don't even care, So the Lord is gonna reward that pride, man. Because at the end of the day, as we keep saying, man, nobody gets away from judgment, man. All right. Gotcha. This is the Lord's movie. All right. He controls everything, man.
Right. The scripture say that the wicked will not go unpunished. Matter of fact, I'm looking for that scripture in Nahum. Bear with me 1 second. All right. If you got anything, bring it out. All right.
Let's see.
This is Proverbs. I got one. This is Proverbs 11 and 21. It says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. All right. But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And that's spiritual because that's the time we in now. All right. The death and destruction of the wicked and the salvation of the righteous, the elect.
I got one. This might be it. This is I'm gonna start at Nahum 1 and 2, but the point is in 3. It says Yahweh Shai is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. Because all those that don't do the will of Yahweh Shai, you are regarded as the enemy of the Lord.
That's right.
It says the Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and he will not at all acquit the wicked.
Ooh.
The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm and in the cloud of the dust of his feet.
One more time. That's the scripture right there. I'll read that again.
This is Nahum 1 and 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power.
The Lord is slow. The Lord is slow to anger, man. The Lord has been patient, right? As we read in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. What did he say? He said, "I will no longer hold my tongue concerning the wickedness which they profanely commit." Right? It's time for thee, O Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law. Right? This is the time. Hey, all you sincere believers out there, this is the time, man. Repent, get right, man. The Lord is coming back. He's coming back to kill, man.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead, Ak.
It says the Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked.
He's not at all going to acquit the wicked. They're not going to get away, man. They're going to be judged. Esau is going to be judged. 2/3 are going to be judged, man. Okay, go ahead.
The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and in the clouds are the dust of his feet.
Man, so the Lord is coming back with nuclear destruction. He's coming back with the angels, with the so-called UFOs that's going to be bringing judgment, turning the people into powder. All right, you talking about earthquakes. Man, hey, that's the terrible day of the Lord, man.
That's right.
He's going to make his presence and his power known when he appears on the scene, man. All right. The angels are coming to reap. Matthew, the 13th chapter, I always quote that chapter.
Yep.
The angels are coming to reap, and they're going to gather out of Yahweh's kingdom all things that do offend.
Yep.
Right? It's a wrap.
Hey, then shall you know the fear of the Lord.
That's it. That's it, man. So, hey, we pray that this lesson was edifying, man. You know, I just wanted to inform you, wanted to respond to the elder Manat Zaba and the elder Yahawada and GMS Hawaii. This is the last generation. We're at the climax of pride, but soon destruction is going to follow.
That's right.
All right. All the signs are there, man. You know? So, hey, we pray that this lesson was edifying. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Hey, shalom to you, brothers.
Hey, shalom.
Shalom.